Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation and some may say the world. Today I have Dan and James with me. The boys are back in town. Another podcast, another week of footy. Rugby league's back. Round one has happened. Sharks are going to win the comp. I am currently wearing my 2016 shirt as the premiers. And look,
let me just get my bingo list out and pick it off.
we are soon to go back to back, I'm sure. Anyways, accountability, we get into that. Oh, actually, boys, I forgot to ask you how you're going. James, mate, how are you going?
Mate, what a weekend of sport. Rugby league's officially back. 6 games, 2 test matches happened. Sport all around.
There's so much sport, like fighting as well, UFC, boxing, you name it. Dan, mate, how you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Good weekend of sport. Got out and watched the local footy club go around for the first trial of the year. So.
Any could be anythings out there, mate? Any superstars?
I seen some 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
They were amazing taggers.
Yeah.
So in about like 12 years, signed up for the Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks on tag team, yeah, sick. Well, as I was saying, accountability, boys. And again, I seem to come with excuses every time. We suck. We should stop punting, lads. We look. I think James is the only place out of the bunch. It actually just wasn't a favourites day for racing. All the big favourites lost. We'll get into that in horse racing, but like my private eye, think about it. Imperatriz, you name it, they lost. Militarize, who I think Lucas was on.
Yeah.
But big horses sucked over the weekend, and we did as well. We had our first ATS multi as well, and everyone bar Ronaldo Mulatalo, the easiest bloke to pick in the Sharks team, scored. But yeah, you guys sucked as well in that. But we promised success this week. So
in my $88 4-leg multi, I had 2 legs, so we were close.
In my 2-leg multi, I had 1 leg.
Yeah. All you needed was Sully to crash over. Unlucky, lads.
It didn't happen, unfortunately. Like James said on the Saturday night of the game, it just went the Dragons.
Mate, rough. That would have been about paying the same odds as mine and Lucas's horses, to be fair. So
It just went 13 plus as well.
yeah. Could have, should have, would have, but as I said,
didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. And pack us this week, mate. We've got some juicy bets, and they're gonna win. One of them will. I promise.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Now, cricket chat, James. Big weekend of cricket. Big week of cricket. Australia, one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, look,
I would say the best, actually.
Well, it's technically second right now.
Okay.
But look, it's a bit somber because this segment's been going on for quite a while now. It's almost continuously got on from the Ashes last year, maybe like give or take a week or two. But this will be the last proper cricket chat until about June when the T20 International World Cup comes on, because all of the best players will be going to India for the IPL. We won't really be covering that. We might tune in when Pat Cummins probably wins it because he's making a habit of that.
Unless there's any big news stories coming out of the...
Yeah, exactly. Look, there's always going to be some
Yeah.
drama coming out somewhere.
Candles.
There could be injuries. There could be all sorts of things. So we'll keep you all in tune with that. But onto the cricket that's happened over the last... Well, really just on the weekend. It was great. 2 test matches, different sides of the world playing at the same time. So we'll go to India first, because although earlier in the week Ben Stokes said that England weren't pushovers like other teams that went there, being thinly veiled at Australia, England were a pushover, losing by an innings, which means they lose the series 4-1. If you remember back, the only way they won that first game was one of the best innings ever by, was it Duckett or Pope? It's my right as an Australian to forget. I think it was Pope. But other than that, they have lost one game by over 400 runs. And now they've lost this one by an innings. Look, they've been in games at times, but really, they've just got demolished.
You could call it a classic England shit the bed.
Yeah, but
Couldn't happen to a better team, honestly. Bazball, Besto.
well, that's
Pope.
as Ben Duckett said, India have to thank England for showing them how they can play the game so aggressively.
Yeah.
It's also a 5-0 moral victory. So again, England just keep
The moral wins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you take those. You take those over real wins
Oh,
any day of the
mate,
week.
they just can't stop winning morally. I think that puts them down really down low on the ICC Test Championship rankings.
How are they doing on the moral ICC ranking?
I think they might be first.
They're already locked in for the final,
Yeah, that's good.
and they'll be playing themselves.
Okay, so Bazball versus Bazball.
So they'll bring in all the laws they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might go to some sort of boundary rate. All right, so we've covered that. Like, it was an interesting series. It was good time zone for us to watch at night, but yeah, that's over now. We head over to New Zealand across the ditch for the second Test match, and boy, it was a pretty crazy match. Australia looked like we were going to win it in 2 days after bowling them out for about 140 odd or something, maybe 160 in the first day. Got out to a close enough 100 lead. Then New Zealand finally figured out how to play against Australia. They almost looked like they were going to do it. They set Australia a big total, like a fourth innings total of 270 odd. I think it was 272. Australia get down to 4 for 30 odd, I want to say, when Cam Green accidentally chopped one on. It looked like we had no hope. We send out Head and Marsh, and they bat like they normally do, and you're going, oh, who knows, maybe we score these runs tonight. The next day comes the Herculean task of needing around 200 runs or so, 4 wickets down. Early in the day, make that 5 down, heads out, and then in comes Alex Carey. Now, I don't mention a lot of the times about some of the speculation going around the media of players that could get dropped and stuff because it's negative, and to be honest, I think as long as we're winning everything and people keep stepping up to do the job, like, I think the team's going to be the team. In the first innings, Marnus came out, he scored a nice 90, which... Again, most batters weren't scoring runs. Everyone was calling for Marnus's head.
That was Marnus's first big score of the whole summer.
Yep. It was since he won us the game in England, I think it was his big score. But again, does the job. This time, there had been mounting pressure on Alex Carey with Josh English playing great cricket in the one-day tide and scoring, I think, 140 in a Sheffield Shield match. But then Carey comes out and has the best innings of his career, scoring 98 red. Mitch Marsh had a great partnership with him, scoring 80 before falling. Cummins comes in, and for the third time, the last 3 times Australia has chased down 250 plus in the fourth innings, Pat Cummins has been the man there, and he's been the man to score the winning runs. The guy just wins. Guys,
Captain Planet. He's the hero.
he is the hero. Did you guys get a chance
to chase to 0?
Did you guys get a chance to watch most of this?
No, I didn't. I was
I
too
mean,
busy watching football.
I did see on and off. I'd seen there was a bit of a controversy around Marsh's one of the dismissal review on the toe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Didn't really matter too much. Like, he rode his luck that much.
Then, yeah, there was a
He got
couple that he got dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Paddy Cummins just likes to win. The bloke's a winner, out and out winner. I did see also a lot of people not happy with him hitting the last couple runs, but at the same time, you don't know what happened.
Those guys, they don't understand competitive sport, and they don't understand this Australian cricket team. Like, imagine if Pat Cummins goes, I'll leave it, then Kerry gets out, and all of a sudden there's 2 wickets left.
Yeah.
You bring it in line and the Hazelwood. Like, you just don't risk it. Apparently the scoreboard was out for quite a while as well, so they couldn't actually see the scores.
Yeah. Couldn't know that he was on 98.
Yeah. They probably had a good idea.
Yeah.
Internally, there probably wasn't that much pressure on Carey anyway.
Nah.
But this has cemented his job for at least, I would almost say, definitely the next summer. And
Yeah.
who knows, he'll probably get more than those 5 tests as well, just on this, because it's not just 98 red. He's saved this game when there looked like there was absolutely no chance. He's come out, got the job done, and yeah, it's just spectacular. He still only has the 100, so he'll be a bit grumpy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a match. But the Kiwis, wow, I said it last week, skeletons in the closet. They got into a great position to win this match and just somehow couldn't get it done. But it's not all doom and gloom, because Daryl Mitchell, one of their better batsmen, scored a few runs. He came out and sounded a bit like another team we like to pick on this podcast when he said, the Black Caps, this team is not defined by results. So all this time I thought Australia just had a ruthless winning mentality. But it turns out that most of the other teams we play are just cucks that don't care about winning, apparently, and just care about playing good cricket and inspiring the nation.
Moral victories, James. Moral victories.
Like, we pick on India a bit, right, because they choke in the big games against us. But at least they want to win. They're gutted when they lose. Fucking England and New Zealand are coming out going, oh, actually, we didn't even care. We just wanted to play cricket.
They're actually going to be playing for the Moral Victory Cups.
Oh, but yeah, that could be it, yeah. But,
Morally relegated.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
this Australian summer, if you listen to most of the media, you'd think we've been in shambles. We should have dropped all of the team. Including the bowlers, because well, that Michael Nessa goes, all right, we got to get him in.
True.
Turns out we have lost 2 games in all formats this summer.
Yeah.
One
Pretty-
test
Pretty good.
that Shamir Joseph bowled one of the best spells ever seen on Australian soil. And one T20 international that obviously anything can happen in a T20. And I think it was Bravo came out and just smashed it.
That was the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 matches that's 6 from 7 tests, and then in the T20s and 1 days, only losing 1. It's a successful summer. Look, we didn't score the runs that people would have hoped for. The decks were, like, nobody was scoring runs either. Like, it looks like the decks had a bit going on it. The bowlers on both sides have been great. I think this summer just goes down as a success. Look, it isn't the exact 7-0 that I called for at the start of the summer, but like 6 from 7, you're going to take that. So with this, we won't be playing another test match till, I think, it's early December. India comes to Australia.
Do it all again and
And-
hump the Indians.
Bar injury, the team will be the team. But we'll see everyone again for the T20 World Cup.
Beautiful.
Hey, James, see you in June.
Bye.
Lovely cricket chat. We might have to bring the NRL chat up to fill the space, fill the void
Yeah.
that's going to be over the next couple of months.
Fill the void that was about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, there was a lot on.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to, ask, is it all right if I start using my team is not defined by results when Sharks lose?
Oh, yeah.
Can I start bringing that
Add
as
that
my
to the
excuse
bingo
every
card.
week? Yeah.
Whenever a team now offloads, I'm going to go, yeah, but you got to thank Parramatta for that, for showing that you can offload in a football game.
And morally, obviously, the Sharks will win the comp morally, even
Yeah.
if we don't. Morally.
I thought the Dragons were going to win morally.
Well, look, we can both morally win, as we've
Yeah.
seen here. You know,
There's some good ones, like where you can say, like, oh, on paper we've got the better team, even though you just got smashed.
Yeah. On paper, we've got the better team against Penrith.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is true. This is true. No, good stuff. Anyway, but cricket chat's over. Devastated. Rough.
Rest in peace.
Moral victories forever. But now, not a moral victory, an actual victory. There was boxing on the weekend. Big fight.
Ooh.
We had Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, and it was a heavyweight bout. One of the big money tickets, and I think it was over in Abu Dhabi. Big
Saudi.
fight, Saudi. Yeah. Joshua. won the fight by knockout, and it was a vicious knockout. Probably one of the worst I've seen in boxing.
Ridiculous.
He dropped him in the first round, then continued in the second round to drop him, and then eventually sending him to the Shadow Realm. And I don't know if I've ever seen Francis that fucked up.
The way his like leg folded in on itself,
Yeah.
and his body just collapsed was fucked.
He just had no movement, no boxing. Like he was just standing head on, and Joshua just threw it straight down the middle. No guard, no block or anything.
What a
just
surprise! You'd
bang.
say he's an MMA fighter.
Yeah, he got dropped, and it was complete opposite to what I thought was going to happen. To be honest, I don't know if either of you guys, you've probably seen the actual knockout.
Yeah, I saw the highlights of the fight, including the knockout. But yeah, it just looked a bit slow. Like I'm obviously not a huge boxing fan. So my opinions aren't too big on it. Like as far as like you're not going to get detailed, in-depth opinions.
Analysis, yeah.
Analysis. But yeah, he just looked a bit slow. He's not used to getting rocked.
Yeah.
Like throughout his whole fighting career, I don't know if he has been rocked. But yeah, that first shot really, really surprised him, and from there, I think he was just always concussed from there because the other punches that were hitting him didn't seem to be too impactful or vicious either. But yeah, just kept affecting him.
And did you see the fight?
I watched the highlights, like James said, because it was like early morning.
Yep.
And yeah, as James said, like the first punch like rocked him, and it would have caused him some damage, like concussion.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got up from that first one.
Yeah. When I seen it, I thought he was all right, but yeah, must have just ring the bell, as they say, and he must have been still dazed and just couldn't get back to it.
Because I think the first time he got knocked down was 8 count. He got back up. I think.
Yeah. That's probably true. You see him get up after 8 seconds, you're probably a bit fucked after that.
Yeah.
I was actually lucky, lads, when I watched the fight. I watched the full fight for free. Not illegal either. How about that? I was going to get a haircut, and my barbers had the fucking big screen with the fight on. I don't know if they legally paid for it, but don't go suing them. But yeah, I was lucky. I literally walked in, and the fight was just about to start. I'm like, holy shit. I just fucking picked a great time to get a haircut, and the bloke's like, "Yeah, no, you got to pay $50." I'm like, yeah.
For the haircut.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it was a good fight, and look, for Anthony Joshua, you'd think Tyson Fury next, but I think there's talks of title bouts, that sort of stuff. But I think that's got to be the fight to make, the super fight. But for Ngannou, you'd think the boxing venture's over for a little bit.
I mean, he made a fair bit of money off this fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, he can keep making money, but he has got a contract with the PFL, I believe, with Jake Paul, I think's all a part of that as well. It's the old Bellator have like all combined into to PFL. Yeah. But look, I would say he goes back there and just fights the heavyweight champion, gets that title, and becomes the champion again.
Yeah, I think the heavyweight of PFL and Bellator just fought recently. Yeah. I'm not sure who won, but
yeah. I remember I did see the highlights of who won, but again, no idea who won. Speaking of PFL, there was actually a fight over the weekend. Their main draw card is this guy named Cedric Doumbé. A lot of people wanted him to go to the UFC. He's welterweight kickboxing champion, like from the same Glory Championship as like Adesanya, Pereira. A beast, like 70 something wins out of 80 fights in kickboxing.
Yeah,
comes to PFL and he's been killing it. His most recent fight over the weekend, though, he lost by TKO. Technical. Well, they just had to stop the fight. He claimed there was glass in his toe, and Mark Goddard, like he was pointing at his toe. Mark Goddard let it go on for like 10 seconds, and then he went over to him like, "Nah, fight's over." Nah, and just called it. Like, he didn't even like get the doctor assess or anything like that. It was just fight's over. Your hype train's been derailed. Your perfect zero is done.
How bizarre.
And
you'd want a fucking rematch.
Yeah,
just because of that. Like,
100%.
Glass in your foot. How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah, that's what like
Was
is
there
even
glass on the
crazier.
ground in the walk-in and he wasn't wearing shoes or something?
Like it was his toe that he pointed to. He's like, as I said, he's a big draw card for them in France. I think it was one of the biggest event like UFC events or fighting MMA, fighting
Yeah.
in France, and like to likes of like there's people like Mbappe and all the big French
Yeah.
people go and watch him fight.
yeah,
So he's a big draw card, and to have him lose for that reason, pretty big news. But yeah, I mean, Ngannou probably comes there, and him and Ngannou fight on the same card, and it'll probably fucking go gangbusters over there. So
you mentioned Jake Paul before.
yeah,
Going back to boxing,
Speaking
have
of
you two
boxing,
seen who he's
holy
fighting
shit.
in July or
Yeah.
whatever it is?
mate.
How stupid
Old
is
ass
that?
Iron Mike.
I did see training of Mike Tyson. He looks fit. He
He
looks good.
looks like-
Look,
He's
yeah,
probably
I
gonna kill
still,
him.
I
Yeah.
still want to get punched by him, but
Yeah, I do think if Mike Tyson can throw a good punch, he'll probably knock Jake Paul out. But if somehow the other thing happens where he knocks him out, mate, Mike Tyson's fucking 60 years old. He shouldn't be taking those kind of hits, man.
Like, did you see the video where it's like, they were signing the contract and the contract was Mike Tyson's shirt?
Oh,
So
geez.
Jake Paul signed
Oh.
his shirt.
Like, there's definitely got to be a conspiracy of like it's probably scripted. Whoever wins,
Oh,
it'll probably
yeah.
be someone takes a dive or God knows.
Oh,
But,
if it's scripted for Tyson to take a dive, cunt.
yeah,
I will
well,
fucking cry, cunt.
yeah, I don't
Honestly.
know. Logan
wouldn't
Paul's all part of the
surprise me.
WWE, so I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, WWE. Nah,
Well, we just keep tangenting over
we'll
to.
stick away from WWE.
Okay, all right.
That's all
But,
scripted. I just wanted to mention the case.
But,
I got RKO'd.
yeah, he did get
That was funny.
RKO'd. That was crazy to see. But yeah, we've got boxing. Now we'll jump into UFC while we're on the fighting. Mate, UFC 299 was a huge event. Some huge fights. I don't know if I know James seen a lot of it. Dan,
Yep.
did you watch any?
I
of
watched the highlights of Gilbert Burns and
Jack Della Maddalena,
and then the main event.
the main event. All right. Well, we'll start off with the welterweight bout with Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. And look, this fight was, I think it was very close, those first two rounds. I think you could agree. Gilbert Burns was probably winning with the takedowns and
Yeah.
trying to get the wrestling side of it.
I think he had 5 takedowns
Yeah.
in the end.
So, like, points-wise, he was definitely winning on points. Jack, I thought looked better in the striking. He just was more calculated. And the last round, again, onto the ground, it looked like, okay, this is Gilbert's fight. There's no, like, even if he gets
Yeah.
up, he's not really going to be able to win it. He does get up, though. He does get up.
He
and let me
does
tell
get
you.
up.
Gilbert immediately goes for the shoot again for the takedown to a massive knee from Jack, puts him on the ground, and the vicious ground and pound that he gave got the win. Got the TKO. Jack Della Maddalena, bloody Australia Aussie legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boys. We needed another winner, to
I
be fair.
don't know how smart he is with who he challenged.
Yeah, so actually, Lucas has wrote this in there. He calls out Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, Shavkat is one of the scariest blokes in welterweight at the moment. Welterweight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said welterweight.
Yeah. yeah, welterweight. But he's undefeated. He has finished every bloke. We've talked about him before on the podcast. He just loves finishing blokes.
Yeah. The scary
has-
part is, right,
Yikes.
he's someone that if they fight, he could just take him to the ground.
Yeah.
But he's the type of fighter that will try to just stand up and beat him like that because he's done it in the past to people looking to beat them in what they're confident in.
Yeah, 100%. And look, he is one scary bloke. So is Jack. He's since being in the UFC.
on his like feet with his hands, he's so slick.
He's since joining UFC, he's undefeated. He's 17 win streak, so he's on a bloody mission to become a champion and challenge. You got to challenge the big dogs to become the best. You know. I think Leon Edwards will be fighting Bilal Muhammad next, so this is probably a title eliminator. Like if those two fight, that would be the next. You'd think,
Yeah.
unless Leon loses, and then he might get a rematch. But
It would be good to see Jack win that fight against Shavkat, but I don't think he will.
Oh, look,
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, crazier things have happened.
Counting out Jack is not nice of you, mate. But yeah, he calls out Shavkat, and Shavkat responds. Now, I don't think he actually responded on Twitter. I don't think this is him because he doesn't speak much English.
Is he managed by that guy that manages a lot of them, and he always tweets for him, and he's a bit of a
Probably, to be
tool?
honest. Maybe Shavkat spoke the words and
Yeah.
he just typed it out for him. But
Google Translate.
I respect your courage and confidence, Jack. But you will face the same fate as my previous opponent. And now, as I've said, he just loves finishing. So he's just going to say he's going to finish Jack Della Maddalena off, mate. And look, how I see that fight going, as James said, I think it'll be a nice stand-up fight and calculated.
Yeah,
We'll go the distance, though.
I think.
I don't think so.
No, I think if it's not over by round 3, Shavkat will take him to the ground, and
Yeah,
then I think it's over.
And then finish him.
Yeah, definitely.
In a choke.
But
Some
there
sort.
is- There is every chance Jack just knocks him out in the first 2 rounds if Shavkat decides to stand up, because
Yeah.
his boxing is elite.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only fight that happened on this card, because this card was stacked. We have UFC 300 soon, but this fight card was up there, honestly. The next on the main card was another welterweight fight. This was a bit lower in the rankings, but still ranked fight. We had Kevin Holland, veteran of the game, versus another veteran, but from a different company again. He did come over from Bellator, I believe. So he was there, and once Bellator folded, he's come to the UFC. Now, Michael Venom Page, he's called Dan. MVP is a fun fighter to watch. I
Did
recommend.
He come out to Undertaker's music or
He
something?
did.
Yeah.
I recommend looking at his highlights from his previous venture, but even the highlights of this fight as well. He has a weird style of fighting. James will agree to that.
He's very slick. He's almost running around, dancing around the ring.
Yeah. He makes fun of his opponent.
Hands
He's
down by his
hands down the
waist.
whole time. Like, hands down.
So he's not like defending himself. He's just
He just dodges. And he has such a quick reaction that his strikes land like so much, but he makes
Yeah.
Kevin Holland miss that much that he was getting so frustrated throughout the whole fight.
damn.
He's definitely another, like,
Interesting fighter.
Yeah,
Like, there's-
in that-
you
in
can
that
sort of see the
division.
reason why he hasn't won the championship in Bellator.
yeah.
Because of those little technical things of like keeping your hands down, you can get you caught out against the elite. But he was a joy to watch.
He's 22 wins. Like, the only problem people have with him is that he's come over too late. Some people are saying he's 36, so into the later part of his career. But look, another interesting fighter in the welterweight division. Like, they have so many good fighters. Imagine if Hamzat was still there as well, mate. That would be stacked. But no, the next fight, because we just have so many good ones. The next one was the co-main. It was Dustin Poirier versus Bernard Saint Denis. Got that right. Bernard, God of War Saint Denis. And now he's an ex-serviceman, ex-Secret Service. He's
Red Beret or whatever. Like,
killed people before, Dan.
Goddamn.
This guy's a killer. And he was on a streak. He was also finishing blokes off, Dan. And
Goddamn.
he's been doing a lot of good things in the UFC, and then calls out Justin Poirier. Dustin gives him a chance, and
Dustin was outsider for this fight as well. Like,
yeah,
Wow.
so this guy was the favorite to win, and he looked at the first round. He gassed Dustin, take him to the ground. He was doing all right on the striking as well, and I thought, wow, this guy is the real deal. This guy is going to be the next big thing. Next round, again, doing so well. And halfway through the roundabout, they get back up onto the feet, and Dustin's hands are like diamonds. That's why they call him Dustin Diamond.
Wow.
He throws some of the deadliest punches, and
Yeah.
the last shot that hit Bernard Benoit, it fucking like made blood just splash
It's
out
like
of his
the movie.
mouth.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
it
going to the
was,
floor,
was it was real time and it felt like slow mo.
Yeah.
and like it knocked him out cold. Like
Oof.
it
Oh,
was.
mate, he copped 1 punch extra for good measure on the
Oh,
ground.
yeah. So the
He
ref
was
didn't
out
jump
cold.
in quick enough, and he just comes out and. But yeah, I don't think Benoit will be calling out Dustin for a little while. He came up, he did put out a bit of an excuse that he was a little sick during the fight, Curbs, all that sort of shit. But you know,
Sick doesn't stop you from getting knocked out.
It doesn't stop you from getting absolutely sent. But for Dustin, I mean, like he gave the young Wolfer a chance, and you love seeing that because you don't want to see the top of the list just keep waiting for a title shot. You want to see them defending their spot, and it shows Dustin's just that next level up, and obviously he should eventually go back for another title shot,
Yeah.
maybe. But
And
like
Bernard will be back. Like he was a good fighter.
still
He
young
just got
as well.
caught. Yeah.
still young, so I'm sure. Yeah, he'll refine his game. Maybe not stand up with Dustin anymore.
Yeah, and might look to take more of a slower approach because
Yeah.
was he ranked like 11 or 12?
Yeah, it was very, very low jumping up to Dustin's level and skill. But now, out of that fight to the main event. Wow, this was tough to watch as a Ecuador international. We had Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera, Chito Vera. It went to decision because Marlon Vera has the strongest jaw known to
face.
mankind and
I
face.
don't know how he caught
Yeah.
that fucking knee and didn't go down.
But yeah, we might as well get into it now. The knee that he had hit his face sounded like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
honestly.
Like if there's no breaks, if they don't have like pictures, I'm sure there's got to be like breaks on his face from
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gotta
that
be.
knee. The fight though, Sean O'Malley just looked like he was the next level above him. Like I think Vera's 5th ranking, but he just outclassed him, outsniped him every shot. There was glimmers of hope for Vera when he would get up close and try and make it a bit of an ugly
Yeah.
fight.
I think that knee, like looking back at this fight, because I think might have been there almost definitely was a fracture.
Yeah.
O'Malley even said so after the fight. It felt like
Felt
something
like something
broke on his
broke, yeah.
knee, but because Vera froze up a lot later,
Yeah.
and I think he was just bracing for that, like.
Yeah.
So worried about getting hit there because whenever he did, he would get rattled again. But like
Yeah.
the toughness of the bloke
Like-
doesn't go down.
In the last round, I seen that Vera was like not really running away, but he was kind of
Yeah, he always
dodging
had
him a
his
lot.
guard up, and he was pretty much just getting teed up on for most of it until right at the end where he landed a nice body shot. Where I think maybe there's a slim chance if that fight goes on an
Yeah.
extra minute, who knows, that
Yeah.
body shot would win you for like a decent couple of seconds, and you just jump on him. But O'Malley won the fight hands
Yeah.
down, like every round almost. There was one round I think Vera, maybe round 2, that I thought
It
he
was
did
close,
all right, but
yeah.
it just wasn't close at all. The
And then
whole
I think
fight.
it followed like round 3 might have been the most dominant one for O'Malley just after it. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, for Vera, he's never been knocked down, and that's something you can stand on. Like in that fight, he should have been knocked down. Any other human probably was knocked down.
Yeah.
not just
Sorry.
knocked down, out cold.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as you said, it sounded like a baseball bat hit him.
Yeah.
like how much force to your chin.
Yeah,
Cheek, like it got him there.
I
Oh,
thought it got him like up under.
no.
His head went
all the
fucking
damage
rocking
was
back,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But O'Malley, wow, what a fight! He's grown a lot of fans from that. I know a lot of people do hate him still, as like the title. He deserved the title, but people think Peter Yan won, and just because of his hype machine, they've kind of
Yeah.
promoted him quickly. But that has grown a lot of fans. The way he decimated him.
He's a
pulled him
fighter
apart.
that's just got better. Like,
Yeah.
I think that title fight was a bit dubious, and the UFC have tried to push him probably a little early, but now he's reaching his full potential. And geez, that was a dominant champion's victory.
And, Dana's just going, money.
Money.
money, money. But the funny thing was O'Malley, after the fight, called out Ilya Tapuria.
Yeah.
I think,
And that's going up in.
yeah, look.
It's going
Weight.
up a weight division to a champion that hasn't defended his
He
title.
hasn't defended his
Yeah.
title. O'Malley's only defended it once now. Like come on. All this running around wanting to be double champ is so stupid. Like, someone like Volkanovski who's cleaned his division,
Yeah.
hands down, okay, good to go. Adesanya did the same, cleaned his division. I give you a chance as well.
I wish, because back in the day, what you'd do is you would even relinquish your title and go up a
Yeah.
weight division.
Yeah.
But now it's like, because look, although you're an elite fighter, when you jump a division to challenge the next champ, somehow you are now better than every other fighter that's
In that
bigger and
division.
heavier than you.
Yeah.
This brings up a point because a lot of fighters who have gone up for that double champ status have come back not the same.
Yeah.
and have been losing. So maybe it's good to see O'Malley go up and get absolutely rocked by Ilya Tapuria.
Oh, mate.
Has Conor McGregor won a fight since he became the double champ?
Nope. Adesanya, when he went up to try and be a double champ, didn't go too well from after that.
I mean, at least Conor won the
Volk,
double champ.
obviously, he came
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and lost his. I don't know. Maybe we're onto something here.
Don't go for a double
Cejudo
champ.
did it, retired, came back and lost. Does that count?
It's not the same. But as for the fight card, I thought it was pretty good, guys. I thought it was pretty good. UFC 300 soon. Before that, there's a fight night Tuivasa, Tai
Yeah, man.
Tuivasas. So that'll be good to watch. But looking forward to that. And UFC talk done. But now we'll go into guess the athlete. Dan, do we have an athlete to guess today?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, looking forward. Who we picking? Both?
One. Fuck it, we'll get both. We'll just,
Both.
Good,
it just
because we
seems
need it.
easier
We
to go
suck.
both.
the
All right, lads. The Leachies.
Leachies.
Time to guess the athlete starting from now.
NRL.
No.
Fuck. Cricket.
No.
Basketball.
No.
Boxing.
Yes.
Yeah. Fighting a 59-year-old man.
No.
57-year-old man.
Current boxer.
No.
Oh, not a current boxer. Heavyweight boxer.
Pretty sure he was.
Muhammad Ali.
Fuck you, James.
I was thinking him or like Fraser.
I was also thinking of Vander Holyfield, like the guy that had his ear bitten off.
I
Wow.
was sitting there thinking like, they're not gonna guess they're gonna guess like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and all that shit first. And then, Muhammad Ali won't come up soon.
Wow.
But then, yeah.
Success.
I think I'm just gonna go with Brandon next time. Brandon would not have got Muhammad Ali, I reckon.
Ding, ding. Nah, good stuff.
I think I need to go back to the drawing board.
Back
and
to the drawing board.
think of some harder ones. The last three have been like pretty easy.
Maybe the fans can send you in a couple that you guys think we wouldn't guess. That would be
DM me on Instagram,
yeah.
and we'll try get some listeners guest athletes.
Hey, I like that. I like that. And see if you can do better.
Yeah. Those last 2 weeks have been abysmal. I hope James can bring back the ad reads next week, so I don't have to do it.
Should have one.
Well, we'll see.
It's just
yeah.
gonna come to me.
Yeah. It's you can't rush masterpiece like the ad read, Dan. Come on.
I had one come up, which I'll tell you later, but I couldn't do it. It was a bit too touchy.
Okay.
I think I know what's about.
I do too. But now, listener questions, gentlemen.
Where's Lucas?
No Lucas to read them,
Ah,
but we have a couple of listener questions. So sit back, strap in, and enjoy. Now, gentlemen, boys, what's the name of the horse to look out for this carnival? And that's sent in by Kyle Haywood.
this would have been the perfect question for Lucas.
Yeah,
but
Lucas would have been
he's not
good.
here.
Lucas does, however, give us his answer, and he says, "Now Seal Wolf? Seal Wolf? CEO Wolf?
Yeah, CEO Wolf.
CEO Wolf?
He's a grinder.
Now,
We'll
Lucas
put the name of the horse on the
said
screen.
big watch on Australian Derby for him. So, Seal Wolf is a
Seal Wolf.
is an up and coming horse that none of us three know, but Lucas is telling us it's in for big things. For me, I would be picking Mr. Brightside. I think it's his carnival. I think he's going to show the world how good of a horse he is. Now, gentlemen, either horses that you were.
Yeah, look, I didn't see this
Jimmy
question
Starr, you
beforehand.
reckon? He's
Jimmy
lost his
Starr's
last
gone to
two
shit.
fucking races.
But I might go Lucas's other favourite that I'm surprised he didn't mention, Stormboy.
Stormboy,
I was
yeah.
thinking
It's
Stormboy. in my head.
probably going to win most of its races this carnival. Yeah.
Lock that in. All right, Dan. Any?
Yeah, I'm such a big horse fan, so
Yeah, I know you
Obviously,
are.
I didn't
Huge
study
horse
for this
fan.
question. So I'm just gonna, copy Brandon's answers
Uh-huh.
and go Mr. Brightside because Mr. Brightside is a great fucking horse.
We're gonna like pick a horse that's retired. I'm gonna pick Wings.
I'm gonna pick Very Elegant.
Oh,
shit,
it's touchy
too soon?
subject.
Too
Touchy
soon?
subject.
Oh.
No, thank you for the question, Kyle. Maybe we ask Lucas to give a more in-depth analysis on Seal Wolf. Keel Wolf, I don't know. But now, the next question we have, again, from Kyle. Mate, love your stuff, Kyle. Love your stuff. He asks, who do you think the dark horse of this season is going to be? I assume he's talking NRL because we just gave up a horse
I'm
tip.
gonna go the West Coast Eagles.
Yeah. But who do you think the dark horse of the NRL this season is going to be? Dan. No.
As a dark horse for the 8, maybe.
Yeah, dark horse for the 8, I'll go Dragons, but dark horse to win the comp. Fuck. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with what I've been saying all preseason. Go the Warriors.
The Wars, up the Wars.
It's not really a dark horse, but like because how well they went last year. But
Yeah. Well, it's trying to get back-to-back success. So
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard. It's hard. Some people can't do that. And James, who will you be picking as the dark horse?
Yeah, look, my answer is Parramatta.
Okay, yeah.
I think we just need one outside back to sort of take off and a bit of luck like everyone needs to win a comp or even get near it. But if I was to not go the bias blue and gold glasses, I would go a dark blue and yellow and white glasses, the Cowboys. I think they've got such a strong young roster with a smart halfback leading the ship. Yeah, I think if they get it right, they could be a threat.
Nice. Now, I will be picking... just look at the shirt. If you're listening on Spotify, it says 2016 Premiers, Cronulla Sharks. If I wasn't to pick the Sharks, gentlemen, I know recency bias, we're just such a good team. I'd probably go Manly. Like, if Tommy Turbo stays fit, they could go all the way. Like, he could just carry them to a premiership.
I'm not gonna lie, Manly was in my head. Like I was thinking, like Brooksy, Cherry Evans, Turbo.
Turbo. Yeah. Those guys are weapons, and if he can carry himself to a Dally M on how many games, I think he can carry them to a premiership if he stays fit the whole season.
Yeah, and they probably just need 1 or 2 front rowers to step up to another level.
Yeah.
And as you speak about centres, James, have you seen some talks about Lomax? One good centre. But anyways, now we go to a question from Matty C, another avid listener. Gives us some great questions every week, Matt. Keep it up, mate. Do you guys think that the Bulldogs should put Critter to fullback and Burton to centres? Lucas says yes. I say yes as well. I think after that first game, I know round 1, everyone's got a bit of cobwebs, but Taff just did not bring anything. I think what they want him to do is bring more an attack. Didn't really work. They look clunky. Even his runs off of kick returns weren't good. He was getting driven back like 5 meters. So I think if you want to get off to a good start, it's having someone as big as Crichton running the ball back, and his attack is arguably as good. I would say give him a chance at least. You're paying him the big bucks. James.
Yeah, look, that's my opinion on Critter. It's been my opinion on Critter for the whole preseason. The Burden one's a bit more interesting. Look, I think his best position on that team is 5'8", but look, again, it's one round. He did not move from that edge. Like, he almost played like a centre against Parramatta. So, he's a very odd player right now because everything feels like he's the type of player that should go in and look for work, but doesn't seem to do it. I don't know whether it's the directive from Serraldo, but yeah, he just needs to get his hands on the ball more often.
Yeah, I think, same with Burton. I think give him a bit more time, see if he can mould into that half position, but if not, he is a New South Wales centre. Like, he has played it before. He's a good player who can fit into that role. A premiership winning centre as well at that. Dan, mate, what do you think?
I agree with Critter going to fullback.
Yep.
But I think, like as you said, give Burton time. Like,
he's got all these new players around him.
Yeah, he's got the new, like,
it's his 12th new halfback or something like that that he's played with.
And then if fucking they drop Drew Hutchison, then he's got to work with someone else again. But yeah,
sexy time.
Yeah, I reckon give Burton a bit more time in the halves, and then if it doesn't work out, push him out to centers and see what happens.
Nice. What do you think, Matt? You let us know.
Let us know down in the comments or.
DM Dan again.
Don't DM me.
Everyone DM this guy. Now, next question from Matt again. Beautiful stuff. Who is the first player you are rage trading in NRL Fantasy? I'm going to Dan for this one, mate. Have you already done it? Team lists are out.
Guess what, Matty C? Wouldn't you like to know? Go fuck yourself.
Oh, well. Well, not going to give anything up, Dan, because he's at first place at the moment, so he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to tell everyone.
Keeping my trades close to my chest.
Nice.
Even though I've already said I'm not trading this week because I'm versing Ashley.
James, mate, who are you picking to the chopping block?
So I was paying a bit too much attention to my Supercoach beforehand, and I accidentally left Spencer Leniu in my team. He was sort of a he was a placeholder before round 0, but yeah, accidentally still had him in on the Sunday, and didn't score well, and now he's gone for 8 weeks, so he is out of my team. Today, tonight. After this, I'll probably start looking.
Actually, Lucas is on the same opinion. He also has Leniu, and he will be trading him out. For me, look, I could do the same as Dan, but I'm thinking Sean Lane or Moses Sully. Sully played a great game, but just didn't score as well as I thought he would if he's playing his good footy.
I wouldn't be rushing Lane out.
Lane, he played 80 minutes. That's the only reason I'm thinking of not getting rid of him.
Played 80 minutes, got 30.
Yeah, it's... Obviously, they played all down that right side, and they went really well. So if they play down the left side, who knows? Maybe he plays well as well.
Yeah, because you look at Cardi Party got 90 fucking 1.
Yeah. So and so they're my kind of thoughts that I'm thinking. I kind of want to get in Sua Wong. I think he looked good in the limited amount of minutes, and he had like a little ankle injury, but he's good now. So
Roosters.
I also thinking Terrell May is probably a guy you want to get in.
Look, I think all of our listeners should not get Tyrrell May.
Yeah.
I haven't had him since 4 weeks before the comp started.
After, Lenu's out for 8 weeks. JWH is starting, but like you'd assume May gets a similar amount of minutes now that
what he did last time, like 56 minutes or whatever he did straight.
So he got 60 something in 50 minutes, which is ridiculous point scoring stats. So I'm trying to get him in, and it's out of like Lane or Moses who's getting the flick to bring him in. So we'll see, Matt. If you're versing me, you fucking just got my trades done. Lucky bastard.
That's why I'm keeping my bit close to my chest.
No, smart man. Now, we go to a question from Dan.
What?
If you could be assistant coach at any NRL team, who would you choose and why? Lucas has given his answer again. This bloke, he's mailing it in as we speak. I actually have him on the earpiece. Yeah. What's that, Lucas? Yep. Okay. You want to be at the Tigers and win another spoon. Oh, no, Roosters. Okay, he wants to, yeah. The Roosters, he said. I'm assuming he just wants to be paid squillions of dollars to do fuck all.
And then he's going to learn how to cheat the salary cap and then go to the Tigers and then do it there.
And be
obviously.
the full-time coach when Benji inevitably fails. James, who you picking?
I think I would go work under Wayne Bennett if he coached again. Mainly because, look, if you're an assistant coach, you just want to be a head coach. And who's created the most head coaches of history? Wayne Bennett.
Yep.
This is true. This is true. Dan, mate, who would you pick?
So, obviously, it's my own question. So, I've obviously had my answer.
Oh, he's had it ready to go.
24 hours now.
Nice.
I will pick Bellyache.
Bellyache.
Who has had the most success in the last 20 years? Or had the, best team, one of the best teams in the last 20
Shane
years?
Flanagan, 2016.
Shut the fuck up. No, but, to learn all the tricks of the trade that he has at Melbourne and learn how to teach your fullback to Karate Kid like Billy Slater. Yeah, I'd choose Bellyache. Who would you choose, Brendan?
I'm thinking, look, I do like that answer. I like that answer too. But I'm thinking...
Craig Fitzgibbon.
No, Craigie. We're going to a cold place, Canberra, and we're going to Ricky Stewart, the king of the blow-ups.
Sticky.
I want to learn the blow-ups of Ricky, the tricks of the trade, as Dan says. I would just love to, really rip into the officials. I love to rip into officials.
I would love to find out what goes through his head when he's like, ooh, there's another front row or second rower on the market.
Yeah,
I can't wait to buy it.
And Brennan's also going to learn how to call people weak-gutted dogs.
Yeah. And look, that's a good question, Matt. I hope we answered again. I would love to hear your answers down below. Who would you pick? But yeah, no, that's all the listener questions. Actually, no. Hold on a second. There's one more. There's an audio listener question.
Holy
Our first
shit.
audio listener question, guys, and we will play that for us right now. Let's go.
Hello, gentlemen. Just a quick question for you today. What is the most cringest Facebook post that has come up for you as a memory? Keen to hear your thoughts, guys.
This will go down in history. That is a good question, Matt. I've had so many cringy moments in my life. I've so many cringy posts as well. I will take the first came off the rank. There is a photo. I think I still leave it up because I don't think it's me who posted it. I'm still tagged in it, but it's me in a Sharks jersey at West Tigers home ground, Campbelltown, and it's with Jack Simpson, our cousin. And I look so, I don't know, I've just it looks like I've seen a ghost, but then I've got this, my old hairstyle, but it was kind of spiked up and to the side. It just looks so bad and so cringy that I don't want people to see it. I'm sure you're going to find it after this podcast and you're going to hold me to it. So I might have to untag myself now. But lads, James, your most cringy one.
I can't think of the most cringiest, but so I'll go for the last one that I saw, which was pretty cringy. It was I think I must have only just been 18 or something like that, maybe 17. We'll say 18 because it wasn't illegal drinking. I would never have done that.
No.
And it was simply, I don't know what happened last night, but I'm pretty sure I went on a spiritual journey.
Spiritual journey.
Yeah, it's like, nobody fucking cares. I thought that was quite cringy. It's probably not the cringiest, but I hope it's satisfying.
Dan, mate, your most cringiest that you can think of.
I think there's a collective group of posts that I have deleted from my Facebook over time, and it's just when I'm sitting there watching something, watching a movie or something, I would have just posted watching blah blah blah. And it's why the fuck am I posting this on Facebook?
Yeah.
No one cares that I'm watching this movie.
Yeah, there's so many or TBHs and all that sort of
That shit
stuff.
was
They're
cringe.
so cringe. How's about, lads? We go onto our Facebooks now and see if we have any
Anything in our memories.
any really good memories that
I think I went through my memories today, but I don't think I deleted any.
I got to say 2020, pretty recent to be fair. Feel like a kid waking up on Christmas Day, but in reality, I'm just a grown man with his favorite sport back. How good?
On this day 7 years ago, Matthew Caswell is with Brandon Leach and James Leach, Cody Thomas, and Justin Hunt at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Sunday footy. Let's go Tigers.
Let's
I wonder
go,
how that game went.
Yeah. I'm sure they lost. Someone search up the
I've
date.
got any cringy stuff except for just like my shit from my memories is just dragon stuff.
Yeah.
Once here, like win one week by a big margin, lose the next week by a big margin, and it comes down to handling errors. But even though we lost, I still stick by the Dragons through anything.
So you're predicting the future for this week is
Hey, here's a good one.
oh, that's pretty nice.
Me and Brandon posing in a photo booth. I'm guessing it must have been like some pre-season event for like local footy or something like that.
I enjoyed the audio listener question. So if anyone wants to throw them in, call into the podcast, have your say. Yeah, no, it'll be on the Instagram and it's also in our link tree as well. So you can always just hit it up if you really want. We'll listen to everything you have to say to us. But yeah.
Maybe not all of it on the podcast. But
Yeah. We head out of the listener questions and we go into the most important part of the podcast, the NRL talk.
Woo!
Yippee! Yahoo!
Mario?
Round 1, done and dusted. Who impressed you the most, gentlemen? Dan, mate, who impressed you? Yeah, do I have to ask?
Do we have to ask any of us who impressed us? Definitely the Dragons. Well, the first half performance wasn't that great.
Mhm.
Like, we only led 6-4 at halftime. And then, you guys all fucked off to not watch the second half. And then the second half was great.
Yeah,
We scored some points. Tyrell Sloan scored a hat-trick.
he looked in good form. Kyle
Did-
Flanagan as well.
Kyle Flanagan scored a try. When the fuck does that happen?
Never. Unheard of.
Zach Lomax is apparently unhappy on the wing, but has his best game ever.
Yeah, I don't understand with that bloke. Like, he could be...
Honestly.
He could be a New South Wales
Well,
winger if he wanted.
I caught it last week. Was it on the podcast or off it that I said that?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, and then he comes out and puts out Brian Toto numbers, scores a
Yeah.
try.
Yep. He just loves centre, I guess. Like, it's not even that, like, the money, because he's still on the same money no matter what.
Yeah.
He's still getting the centre money in wing. He's just not playing that one in. But you'd say he gets the ball more in the wing as well. which is-
Apparently, Dragons rejected a request for like teams
For him
like
to-
have talks with
Yeah,
Parramatta
I've
and
seen
stuff
that.
like that. And yeah, at first I thought maybe this could be a Dragons tactic, like, oh, we're paying him 800,000, but then that doesn't obviously sound like a Dragons tactic.
I
That
don't
sounds
know.
It's Ben
think
Hunt
they're,
all
like,
over again.
holding their players hostage until they get Stockholm syndrome and be like, yes, I love it here, actually. I really like wing now.
I know that's a joke, but I genuinely think that is Fleto's goal, to just try and win these players over.
If we're winning, he's going to love it here. So we just keep him here. Now, James, mate, who impressed you the most?
Oh, look, Parramatta only beat the Bulldogs, so it wasn't that impressive.
Yeah.
It was something. It was fun to watch. Like, in one play, I think I counted like 4 offloads at one stage.
Yeah, there was some nice offloads from the Parramatta Eels. For
But
that.
other than that, I'll say Manly were impressive. Their defense was a bit off.
Mhm.
Cowboys.
Yeah, boys, they humped them.
Yeah, and they're probably the only team that's attack looked in sync and on.
They were on fire for that weekend, and like Dolphins had nothing to come back at them. Usually, you'd think Wayne Bennett would get his team going for that first round,
Well,
but
and supposedly there had been rumours that they were meant to be going, but they got beat in the forward pack, and then out wide they were just too classy.
yeah,
And it's
Laybut
going to happen again this week.
looked good from
Yeah.
your fantasy team. Eh?
First touch of the game scores a try. That's
Was that when he
nice.
went straight through?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the dummy
Yeah.
flick pass.
That flick pass, where
Yeah.
But Tabu Fido goes for either
Yeah.
the intercept or the tack. Like,
He fell from the
Townsend
dummy
ends up getting
hard.
tackled without the ball, so all he had to do was tackle fuck, just blanking on his name. Good
Oh,
podcasting. Laybut. Yeah, all he had to do was tackle Laybut and save the try, but
Yeah.
it was one
Alas.
of a few different mistakes that Vito made.
Yeah,
Definitely.
the whole team made a lot of mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, and who let you down, gentlemen? I want to know the opposite side of we got impressed. What team let you down? I mean, it was a weekend of upsets. Almost every game was pretty much an upset. James, mate, who let you down?
Look, like teams like Titans, half expected them to lose anyway, but just not to the extent they did. But the team that really let me down, I would say, is Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's not just that they lost; it's the way they lost. To lose by that many points to the Raiders, who most people would think would struggle to score points. They just got belittled in the middle. Like, they've got a good forward pack on paper that just was, not even there for the challenge. So that'll be, and then their attack, they just expected it to all work like last year. They were very disappointing.
Yeah. They sucked, Dan.
I'm not going to go with the team that let me down. I'm going with a person that let me down.
Okay.
Myself, with my tipping. I got one, I'm pretty sure.
Fun.
One or two, maybe, but my tipping was atrocious.
Tied first, eh, Brendan? Were you in the group of four of us that tied for first?
Probably. Look,
I think all you had to do was get 4 right.
yeah. Look, certain people get rugby league, and certain people don't. You'd think, Mr. NRL only stays awake in the podcast for NRL would get some tips right, but bloody hell.
Oh, let's see, what did I get? Yeah, I got 2.
2, okay.
So I got Eels and Dragons, and that was it.
Nice, and you have to legally pick Dragons
I was
because of
about
your
to say
team.
that one of them.
That was a part of last year where I didn't pick the Dragons at all.
As for me, my team that impressed me, look, you'd have to say Cronulla Sharks were impressive. A lot of people doubted that we could beat the Warriors, doubted that we could win on a not flat track, but we did it. Other than that, probably on the opposite side of James, like Raiders impressed me that they could get the win. Did not think in my wildest days that the Raiders were winning that game.
And finally win a game 13 plus after all last year.
They were down on numbers, like down on players, and still got the win. Another team that impressed all of us is Melbourne Storm, and they keep their first round record afloat. 22 first round wins is something to marvel at, considering they didn't have Munster, they didn't have Nelson.
Yeah.
Like, to hold also the 3-time premiers to 0. That's impressive in its own. They just played so well. Like, nothing really else to say. This is a Craig Bellamy coach team that he just seems to, similar to what you say about Brad Arthur with Parramatta players, he just brings these new kids on the block, and they eventually get up to that level of standards that can win comps. Like, who would have thought Elise Katoa and Joe Chan were the second rowers to hold out bloody Penrith from scoring a try? I don't know. I didn't think so.
Nah.
But yeah, they looked good again, and they're going to be the team to beat, I think. Obviously, Sharks will win the comp, as per my shirt. Speaking of winning the comp, Dan actually made a bingo. He's made a bingo of my sayings that... guys at home, if you want to play along, feel free. It's a very funny card, actually, with sayings that I say almost every day. Now, the boys at home as well play in the group chat. It's I'll give you the 6 panels.
Just to say, we've already almost got bingo, and Sharks haven't played this week yet.
Yeah, so to say that I say them a lot is an understatement. Firstly, we have... Nico will play Origin, and that's just a fact. Come on, guys. It's just a fact. It's a fact. He's going to play Origin. He already has. We will win the comp. Have I said that?
Yeah, you said it
Today.
just before starting this.
I think you've said that about 5 times.
No. The other one says "Sue" when Ronaldo scores.
No, he did say it in this podcast because Ronaldo scored it when we were talking about the
Yes.
anytime try scorer multi.
I didn't say
you
Spoo, did I?
did.
Fuck, shit, time play it. Fantasizes about Nico. Haven't done that this week.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
week I had the frame of him though, so that might
That
be.
frame sits in your bed 24/7.
Number one buys GF tickets. That was the next panel. The next one is says the other team are a bunch of cats. Meow, 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 meow. Now, you don't see that too often on the podcast, but I do say it a lot in the chat. I might have to bring it to the podcast. Meow, 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 meow. Starts singing Up, Up, Cronulla. Again, I don't know if I've brought up the podcast too often, but I definitely say that out loud at least once a day.
Just walking around bumming.
Yeah.
Up, Cronulla.
There's a video of that little kid who's like doing the little marching. That's
It's not
me.
even a little kid, it's a fucking grown man.
Oh shit! Scratch that. Next one blames the refs. I think we've established from me wanting to be Ricky Stewart's undercoach, his assistant coach. I love referees, and then cries when they lose. I don't cry. Firstly, I don't
You just
cry.
whinge.
I don't cry.
We want to change that to whinge.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, if you want to play at home, that's free by free. You make your own card. Dan might actually post it. We might even post it on
Yeah, we'll
Instagram.
post it on Instagram.
I probably put it down below as I'm reading him. But yeah, no, that's a bit of fun. And, you know, up the Sharks. We're going to win the comp. Nico Hines is the best player in the world playing Origin. What else did I have to say? Sue! Okay, so now, another thing that we wanted to talk about in the NRL is our teams winning. All three of our teams won. And Lucas's team won as well, which
In a tight one, yeah.
Us,
tight,
honestly.
only just, but
I heard it was just by a field goal.
they got ninth place.
Well, they ended
That's
up with a 0-4 and against.
something we could be happy about is the ninth place. The Tigers at
Yeah.
ninth. I think
Everything's right with the world.
as a collective we can be happy about that. Another thing that has happened in the news: Spencer Lenu gets suspended for 8 weeks. I think that is on the money of where I actually picked. I said 6 to 8.
Yeah.
And
I think Lucas was. I think he had a bigger range, but I think he said like 8 to 12.
yeah.
Me and James said the 2 to 3, and then you two went around the 8 weeks.
I said that not thinking that they would admit to it.
Yeah.
Then when they did, it was like, oh, it's gonna be big. Like,
Yeah.
So he admitted, and the NRL lawyers were a bit, how you going? I don't know if you guys have seen the they do the minutes like the.
I heard they kept saying
statements.
he played for
Spencer Luai, and they
Yeah.
said he
played for Tonga when he's Samoan.
Yeah, he plays for Samoa. Spencer Luai, who plays for Tonga.
Which
But-
is, funnily enough, a little bit racist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're going to get banned for 8 weeks. Another thing that happened out of this outcome, there is a dog called Ezra Mann. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
this as well.
Yeah.
The person who writes the little statement underneath, he wrote "Go Bananas," which
If
is a
it
reference
wasn't for that
to-
week, it would be all right.
yeah, it's a
But,
reference to The Simpsons, but it also corresponds in what Spencer Lenu
Lenu-
called Ezra Mam. So
Yeah.
I think you do
And look,
one-on-one
go
connection.
bananas is a term like.
I use it every now and then just because of Ralph Wiggum
Yeah,
from
but
Simpsons.
but it's a different
Banana.
term even than that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like going bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bloke got fired, so I think Lenu got off light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that was very stupid.
Yeah, he's had too much to drink that day. But now, another thing that I wanted to bring up was the Dally M points.
What a sham.
What a sham, James says. I think it was great. Turbo, Tom Trbojevic, Nico Hines,
They did
Bryce
not watch the Sharks
Cartwright,
game.
Bryce Cartwright, and Jeremiah Nanai all got 6 Dally M points.
Nico learnt how to tackle and somehow got 6 points.
Yeah.
Saved the game.
No
Saved
try
the game.
assists, no tries, no line breaks, no line break assists.
Saved the game. Arguably our best player in
6 points.
in the team. Look, Ronaldo
He did
played
not
pretty
watch
well.
the
He may
game.
have
He
got-
just went, oh, Sharks won.
4
Nico
points.
must have scored 6
Yeah.
points.
But,
100%.
look, Nico
Like-
deserves it. As I stated at the start of the season, he's going to win the Dally M again. And there's
I'm gonna
nothing
have to
you can
make
do to stop
another row
it.
for the fucking bingo card.
Nico Hines Dally M. Maybe we can get rid of one of the others. I don't know. Or just make it bigger, yeah. Yeah, guys, your opinions on the Dally M?
I think the whole system is
It's
a
different.
sham.
Hey, this year, like, there's people with, like 1, 3, 4.
Yeah, like,
5
somehow
points.
Tabio Fido got a point when he made one play in the game and gave away 2.5 tries if you include the first layup
Yeah.
one. Like, how does that even make sense?
Nrl Sloan got 4 points.
Yeah, and you'd think he should have got more.
Yeah, how does he not get 6 if there's ever a
His
6
defense was
pointer?
actually decent in the game as well. Like,
Yeah, saved 2 tries, scored 3 tries.
yeah,
Like-
surely that's worthy of fucking 6 points.
Well, yeah, he's not Nico. So, but as for the other guys, I mean, Cartwright, he deserved it. Yeah, he scored 2 tries. He did
2
pretty
tries.
A lot of
Um,
fucking tackles.
Yeah.
well. Denai did pretty well as well. Turbo, obviously, he's Tom. Like he's that good. He made the Americans want to watch the sport, but
Yeah.
he brought the market over
Travojevic.
to us. But yeah, as for the Dally M's, I do think it is a bit flawed.
Yeah.
But
If last year wasn't a sign of like 6 points is too much that you can get from one game, like with Ponga like just having that one run towards the end and defeating a full year of Sean Johnson playing
Yeah.
steady, like yeah.
yeah, look, I'm looking forward to Nico taking out all the Vickies. Wow, what a bloke.
Look, I,
Take that off
that's
the
what,
bingo.
it is why I begrudgingly said that he could win it again.
Yeah. Easy draw. Great player. Now, we finished with the NRL, although, look, when this comes out, the NRL starts again.
Oh,
So
look, a
there's a couple
quick-
good games.
Quick little bit of NRL. The Cowboys-Dolphins game, that penalty try.
Oh, yeah, the push that Labour got the second one.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Ridiculous.
That's all.
Someone has to be held accountable.
Yeah.
There's got to be an investigation.
Yeah, maybe I should have picked Tuvi as my
But
successor.
he doesn't coach.
Yeah.
so-
I want to be the assistant of his life.
Yeah. Just be his personal assistant. But yeah, that's NRL talk. Sharks to beat the Bulldogs this week. Who you guys got?
Dragons to beat the Dolphins.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you now what my Jim's Jam is this week. It is Parramatta paying $3 to beat Penrith.
Nice. Good stuff. They
This
like
might be
this-
the last biased para pick for my bets, but I think that is just way too good odds.
They're starting pretty slow at the moment.
I'll be watching the Dragons game if my missus lets me, because
Yeah.
I'm going to be down there this week. So
Surely.
surely,
If you're listening, let him watch the game.
please, I beg you.
But yeah, that's the NRL. Tigers to lose their first game. Okay. That's the NRL.
Against Canberra.
And Caesar on the bench, unless he gets swapped over. That's kind of crazy. But yeah,
That's the NRL.
that's Benji Marshall. That's NRL.
Wait, one more.
I want to pick Nico.
Pick your
Hines,
origin teams now.
Pick your origin team. Nico Hines. Okay, so horse racing. Now Lucas has wrote me a script 10 pages long. He's not here to read it.
So the horses ran around a track this week.
Horses ran around track. Horses lost.
Some horse win.
Favorite horse is bad. Favorite horse is really bad. Brandwick Guineas, big race, Celestial Legend, free wide and wins. That was the race that Lucas's top tip was in. Militarized second place. Tom Kitten and NCAP.
What was that? Tom Kicking?
Tom Kicking and NCAP still looking for a gap. That was a joke. He's even wrote jokes in for me. Guys, I'm so funny.
He's good.
He's good. He's good. Militarize looked all right, but yeah, just didn't have the legs to get there at the end. Now, another race, a couple of races that he's put in, I talked about already. Think about it. Private Eye go down at short odds, and questionable rides for both jockeys. Joe Pride refused to give post-race interviews for both horses. That's a big worry. Look, for me, Private Eye, I've watched that race thoroughly, and I thought he should have won by so much. He ended up, I think, maybe getting 5th or 4th. He started red hot, got to about 3rd place. The jockey pulls him back to last.
Yuck.
What the fuck?
And then from then on, it was just hard to catch up and hard to make back the ground. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
You just ruined the
You lost all your momentum.
Yeah. Pulls it back and tries to make up the ground and just didn't have it. Think about it. I don't know if I got to watch.
That was
the
was that
race.
Lady Laguna?
Oh yeah. James actually was on the.
Yeah,
the
may have
winner
been
there.
on that
So,
or a personal bet. That was nice.
Yeah, very nice, mate. Very nice. But did you see that race? Did you watch
Yeah. If I can remember correctly, think about it. Got a bit stuck behind a few things and just wasn't getting there.
Yeah, well, that would question the questionable ride.
Yeah,
I'd say.
it was sort of back to mid pack, and just didn't get close to it in the end.
Yes, questionable rides, and they're still looking for the gap.
Yeah.
Now, another horse that was undefeated, Imperatriz, the horse that we actually have been calling a cat. Meow, 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 meow.
Yep.
Meow.
Loses to Cylinder. Jamie Carr is
Shout the bar.
killing it lately. She's riding a lot of Group 1 wins. And, Imperatriz goes down. Lucas did call it, though. He called it early. It was a hot day. The fact that they had to start at 10:45 as it was that hot, and it was just going to get hotter throughout the day. So they started early. But, still wasn't up to the task. Maybe now that it's lost, now bring it out and versus the big guys. Like think about it, who just lost. Private Eye, who just lost. Giga Kick, he hasn't lost recently, or he did. No, but yeah, Imperatriz lost, so the world's back to normal, I guess. This weekend though, some big races. The All-Star Mile in Victoria, the Coolmore Classic in Sydney, boys. I'm sure there's some big horses. I'm sure maybe Brightside might be raced. I would say, considering he had this week off, probably in the big race there.
Tuesday every 2 weeks he races.
Yeah. But we'll probably get it up and have a squiz, see who's in there. Look, I'm probably on the money with Brightside. Sure.
Depends, because the week after is Slipper Day, so there's some big races that day as well.
What do we got? All right, so the Coolmore Classic, we have the likes of Zougotcha, a horse Dan has backed to win a 10's decision.
That's what's going in the multi this weekend, boys.
Seminar, Tropical Squall, Revolutionary Miss, and a couple other horses in the likes to get picked in the race.
No Brightside.
No Brightside in
I've got
this one,
Brightside
but,
in the All-Star Mile.
in the All-Star Mile. I remembered Lucas saying All-Star Mile.
So the All-Star Mile has Mr. Brightside, Pride of Jenny, which, if you remember correctly, ran second to it in its last start. Cascadian, Ayrton, Desert Lightning, Buffalo River. Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be a race, I would say, between Brightside and Pride of Jenny again.
Yep. So look forward to me picking Mr. Brightside for another win. Hopefully, get Leachy's lock going again with another. The only bet I've had. The only bet I've had that won is Mr. Brightside, so I think it's only likely to do it again, and maybe go a Ronaldo try scorer. I don't know. Hey yo. But
be different.
Yeah, look. I like to think outside the box sometimes. That's those races done. The next weekend's Golden Slipper looks like one for the ages, though. Again, the script is it's great. Stormboy versus Switzerland is the main talking point. Stormboy, obviously the horse we've heat up.
We've jumped on as the couch commentators,
Yeah.
I'd say.
We've called it a moral, the M word, as Lucas would say. Stormboy is a beast of a horse and won its last race with J-Mac on board. And the funny thing about Switzerland is J-Mac was also on board this weekend on Switzerland to win its big race. So
can he ride both?
Yeah, can he go on both horses and win?
I think that's going to be hard coming out of the barriers.
It might be. No, I would say I'll put my money on him picking Stormboy. But who knows, to be honest, because Switzerland is more of a horse that he would be more used to coming from behind and storming home, where Stormboy is a leader and a winner. But, like, in the retrospect, what horse would you guys rather pick, James? Would you rather pick something that could potentially be like a a Winks. Who knows? Like,
Nah, look, as fun as it is when you're on something that comes from the back, it's feels so much better to be watching it at the front,
Yeah.
and then you just kick on and nothing chases you down. So I'd be on Stormboy.
Yeah, what did you pick
Yeah, I
then?
prefer to be on Stormboy.
Yeah, look, we're all going to back Stormboy in the Golden Slipper as well. So, yeah, gamble responsibly, everyone, obviously, with those races. But look, some exciting times in the horse racing season. And little birdie's told me that in April we might actually be going to the horse racing. So they look forward to
Ooh,
that.
maybe.
Look forward to that, punters. As for our best bets, they will be on our social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook. Go check them out. Like, comment, subscribe. Gentlemen, anything else to add?
Para's going to beat Penrith this week. Mark my words.
Dragons are gonna demolish the Dolphins.
And Sharks will win the comp. All right, catch us later.